Leo. My name is Tanya, and this is your month ahead reading for October 2023. I'm going to be pulling about 5 cards and then a card from the bottom of the deck and an oracle card. It's going to be for Leo for the month of October. What is it that Leo needs to know for October? Having my guides connect me to the collective energy of Leo. Let's see what messages Leos need for the month of October. Okay. All right. So we have the Magician, the Two of Cups, the Hermit, the Sword. I'm sorry, 2 of Swords and 3 of Swords. And then I'll pull from the bottom of the deck after we finish this. So what I see a lot of is 1, 2, 2, 3. So it's like you get going and then you kind of pause and then you get going again. Just as an overall kind of energy or note for some of you for October. We're starting out though with the Magician, the first card in the Major Arcana. The first card in the Fool's Journey, the one that gives the Fool the tools they need to manifest their own things, to manifest what they need out of life. The Magician is saying that you have all of the tools, all of the equipment, all of the skills you need within you, and even sometimes physically actual tools, depending on what it is you do. You have what you need to get the job done. You have what you need to create your future, to manifest the things that you want. So that's where you're coming into this month, is having all of the tools, the skills, the knowledge, and connections that you need to get things done. And then we're coming up on the 2 of Cups. So this can go one of 2 directions, is what I'm feeling very solidly here for the Leos. For some of you, this is a business partnership that you're entering into. You guys have very complementary skills, different but complementary. It's like somebody takes care of the front end and someone else the back end. Some person is the designer or the architect. Someone else is the builder. Kind of feeling here. Making sure, you guys have, it is a very good connection, a very solid connection, a very solid relationship and contract. You're both getting exactly what you want out of it. It's clearly identified, and you do need to make sure, though, you have that signed contract and you are both 100% in agreement on what's in there. And celebrate that partnership. For some of you, for the other half, if you will, this is a new romantic person or a new relationship. Somebody new that pops into your life that and unexpectedly, like you weren't looking for this person, but they may just show up. It's like a chance encounter where you have this instant connection, this instant feeling of a relationship, like you've always known your energy. You've just been waiting for that click with that other person, and that kind of happens unexpectedly with you with this person. Some of you, it could be someone that you've kind of known for a while and they've been there on the periphery. But for some reason, neither one of you have been available or in a space to entertain a relationship of any type. And now all of a sudden, it's like everything lines up. And it's new. It's still a new thing. But it feels good. It feels solid. And it's something that is worth pursuing. And then we come up on the Hermit. Number 9 in the card deck. Why is number 9 showing up or coming out to me? It's like nearing the end of a cycle, usually with 9s. You're on the verge of hitting the end or hitting that next level. It's just before a change is about to happen. Just before you get to 10, where you have an ending and a beginning at the same time. So you're on the verge of a change here. This is time to take stock of where you're at, to look within yourself and really, really, really ask yourself what it is you want. Where do you want to go next? What do you want out of life? It's a very introspective time for you. Very much so. I just feel it's like mid-month, all of a sudden you have this kind of a slowdown in energy. So this might not be the time, and it's atypical maybe for you as a Leo, but you just kind of want to be a homebody for that week. You're not really interested in going out. It's kind of like a little retreat for you, or maybe this is a vacation that you're going on, like a camping trip or something like that. But it is a time alone, or at least where you have more time to just sit with your thoughts and do some meditation or something. It's just quiet time or slow down, where you have time to really consider the possibilities and feel into where it is you want to go. And then we have the Two of Swords. So we have twos here. Twos are also about choices. I mean, you have a choice of whether or not to commit here too. You meet this person, and then the choice is, do you really want to make that commitment? Even with a contract, do you really want to enter into that contract? There is an option there, but it is definitely two people in this case. For the Two of Swords, this is about, you have literally two choices, technically three, but there's two options available to you. You have to make a decision one way or another. Not making a decision means that someone else is going to be making that decision for you. And that is not what you want in this circumstance. You do not want somebody else making the decision for you, because you're just going to resent that. You're going to get angry about it. You cannot have that happen and be happy. So you have to make this decision. One choice is not any better than the other. There are pros and cons on either side. So what you need to do in this case is try to swing or decide from the heart. And that might be here with the Hermit. This might be what helps you with this, because you kind of get in touch with and think about what it is you really, really want. What do you really deeply want? And then use that information here to make this decision. So if you don't take this time for that, if you don't put some energy toward that kind of introspection, it will be harder to make this decision here. But you have to make a decision one way or the other. I will let you know there isn't a wrong decision here. It's just which one are you going to prefer the most. You really need to understand yourself really, really well to know which one is going to ultimately make you happier in the long term. But you do have to make this decision one way or the other, because if somebody else takes that decision out of your hands, you won't be happy, period. So it's up to you which way that goes. And even that is going to be on you if somebody else has to make it. They had to make it because you couldn't make the decision. And then we have, excuse me, the Three of Swords. The Three of Swords, which is a kind of a heartbreak card, but at the same time, it's not real heartbreak. So you may be mad, you may be angry, it's something you're feeling hurt about, but it's over and done with already. It's not something you can go back and fix. It's not something that flowers will fix or anything like that. This is something that has ended. And you may be angry about it, that it ended, or that it ended the way that it did. The key point here, though, is that swords are about our thoughts and about communication. It's not about your heart. It's more of an ego thing in some cases. You're hurt because it didn't work out in the way that you thought it would. It didn't live up to your ideal, to your high expectations, to what you thought was going on. The communication was not there. Or if it was, you were keeping things at a more lighthearted, friendly, logical, practical level, or maybe the other person was doing that. There was not the heart connection that you thought was there. It was more about convenience. It was more about practicality. It was not because you were both invested in the actual relationship and each other. You did not have that investment there. So this is something you need to understand or recognize, or will, by the end of this month. That you were not truly invested from the heart point in this prior relationship or in this other commitment that was going on. And that really frees you up probably for this person here. Because you don't want to take out and apply this bitterness, this angry energy, this hurt energy to this new relationship, to this fresh thing that you have going on. So this is something that you need to face and work out. And it looks like you will be dealing with here by the end of October. So even with this relationship here, try to make sure you're not putting your ideals ahead of what's actually going on. Make sure you're communicating clearly what it is you want and need, and that you're listening and understanding clearly what they want and need. Okay, let's see what's on the bottom of the deck here. The Nine of Swords. Yeah. Don't get all up in your head about it. This is a card of anxiety, right? They can't sleep. They're having nightmares. They're too anxious to sleep. But it's not real things. It's anxiety, right? It's all in your head. It's not actually happening. So you need to take time for yourself. I think this introspective time to recognize what's real and what isn't. There may be some coping things. You may already have those in place. So just brush up on them maybe, because you may need those as you're going through this month with these new relationships and things and having to make this decision and dealing with this breakup or this disconnect that happens. I almost want to say disconnect. It's not just you in this. It is still a two-part thing, but your pain mainly comes from what you thought it should have been. And now you're going in your head and you're like, well, what if I had done this? What if that? What if this? Maybe if this. I wasn't good enough. This is that. I should have done this. I should have done that. You need to not do that. There's nothing you could have done because there wasn't a heart connection there. It wasn't a true connection. There is nothing you could have done to fix it. There is nothing you could have done to turn things around. There's nothing you could have done to save it. And you did not need to do that. You would have been miserable if you were still there. Ultimately, you still would have been in the same place, but you would have been miserable. You would have felt locked in. You would have two miserable people on your hands. You do not need to castigate yourself about it. You are still worthy of love. You are still worthy of having that connection. You just need to focus on your own inner light and stoke that. Build that up. And not worry. Don't self-deprecate. Don't self-sabotage. Don't doubt yourself. Trust in your heart. If you start having all these things going in, focus in on your heart and the beating of your heart and how that feels in your chest. Take some calming breaths and recognize all of that is not important. All those thoughts and ideas are not what matters. You can let those go and just relax and be open to the future and to the possibilities. Let's see what we have for the bottom of the deck, or from the oracle cards, I should say, for Leo. What do we have for Leo? The Chief. So the chief is one in charge of their own life, right? They're in tune with the earth around them. They're very in tune with their own emotions. They're also in tune with their tribe. They are a leader. People look up to them and come to them for help, for solutions. I feel like this is you needing to get in touch with your own inner chief, to look at yourself as that person, to believe in yourself in that way. That feels very much like what you need to do here, and use some of that okay, I'm just going to say it as it's coming out. Use your own medicine to help you heal. Whatever that means to each of you, you want to use your own medicine to help you heal and to help you expand and grow. Now let me see what the book has about this, because that may have some messages that some of you need. 34. The Chief. An Emperor card, inspired by Red Cow of the Oglala Lakota Sioux tribe. Stability, regulation, and masculine authority guide you in your endeavors. You desire to honor the virtues of discipline in your ruling and respect the structure of authority. Use a firm hand in your decisions. This may point directly to this here. You have to decide. It's up to you what you do next and how you go about it. And that's what I have for Leo for October. Please hit that subscribe button and help me grow my channel. And please hit the like button. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you later.